So maybe later on we'll talk about just how we refine our sort of uh, physical and mental tools. One interesting thing we didn't talk about is the mental tools, the psychotechnologies and things, um, psychological technologies. John Vervaeke talks a lot about these, like how, like writing supposedly was an invention that helped people to learn to reflect eventually by seeing their thoughts like later on about them. They started they can kind of see themselves more objectively and start to maybe see more clearly how they can deceive themselves just like others can deceive you. You can deceive yourself, or you can be deceptive. You can, you know, start reflecting on things more, and other psychotechnologies. But yeah, I don't know if you've reflected on this, but
Mhm.
yeah, do you have this idea? I mean, obviously, in philosophy, there's a lot of, like the meditations that we've talked about with the um, Stoicism, or the like in different religions, like in Christianity, there's the figure of Christ, which obviously is many things, but for one serves as kind of this uber model of who to be like, that's inspiring, that's guiding. And he said a lot of like deep sorts of, paradoxical almost kinds of things for you to kind of meditate on, to help guide you. But well, yeah, before we go, what do you think of any of these kinds of mental things that can help you or that do
Oh,
help you?
well, I just kind of had this general thought that a lot of those things that you mentioned are like about really engaging the senses in general and mind. Um, so like with the paradoxes, of course, those are going to get people thinking,
Right,
using
as
their mind
opposed to
more.
like a simple kind
Yeah,
of maxim or something. Although a
yeah,
maxim it can be something that reverberates in your head. But
yeah,
anyway, yeah, it's different anyway, right?
yeah. And of course, with meditation, it's about being in touch with the moment, with the senses, and whatever thoughts you might be having. So I think a lot of these things are kind of maybe help counterbalance with what technology has been doing to us.
Which
So
is the
they're
less
like,
engagement.
yeah,
Which is funny because the industry uses that word to try to measure how
yeah,
much we're like in focused on it. But yeah, it's a different type of engagement. You're talking about more active,
yeah,
as opposed
yeah,
to like kind of passively watching videos or playing
yeah,
games or something.
yeah. Yeah, so I kind of view those as like the counterbalances to like the what technology is tends to do at as it is now to
Mm,
like the our senses. So yeah, I think
mm,
they're kind of a good way to kind of keep those healthy and in check
mm.
with us.
Yeah. Yeah. Isn't that a lot of the best way to health too, and to longevity, is to stay active? I
Mm.
sometimes wonder if having recorded music is generally better or worse because, before maybe we had to like play music to uh, to hear music, and that's of course much more active and of course good for your
Yeah,
emotion regulation and probably many other things.
yeah.